Trader Dub here with Dub Traders. Thanks for jumping in. A little ticker game time action. We're going to talk a little bit about tickers, but we're also going to talk about time frames and gains in the brains like usual. So earlier in chat, let me get rid of this thing. We had a trader that was looking at DBGI. It was a gapper this morning. What's that? 7 million float. And he was looking at it on a 5-minute time frame. So I'm going to try to get two of these charts up in a big enough window so you can see them. So let's see. Can I do this real quick? There. All right, that looks pretty good. So here we go. When it comes to momentum trading, news catalysts, quick action, low floats, all that stuff, you have to be on the ball. These aren't slow-moving tickers. You don't invest in these tickers. You have to get all this crap out of your mindset like this is Tesla or something. No, these tickers are here to destroy you. They are here to take your money. The hedge fund, the company, the fellow traders, no one wants to see you make money off of these tickers. So I understand you hear these concepts, oh, see the bigger picture, the bigger time frames. Well, I got to tell you what, that's a lot of lies in that statement. And I don't use the word lie like they're like truly trying to deceive you, but I think they're misleading, which can be, there's a lot of terms for the word lie. So it's a fine line, and let me explain why. So DBGI gaps up. Let me throw up the daily. This is how you use time frames, okay? In this crappy little world we're trading in down here. Obviously, make this real quick. There's a lot of safer ways to trade. Trade bigger floats. They move slow. Trade real companies, that aren't going up and down and aren't, trying to make money off of you real quick and all that. If you can't, play in this, the hardest world is the Nasdaq low float, momentum, gapping, news. It's the hardest sector to play in. There's not one professional trader, not one, that will say this is an easy world. It is not at all. So I'm not sure some traders or newer people are tricked by YouTube or their own mind or TV. I don't know where it's coming from. But this is the hardest world there is to be in. And I love it as a competitor because I want to destroy other people. Because that's the name of the game. My bank account grows and yours suffers. Are those traders around me? Do I want to see them suffer? Of course not. I want to see them grow and become a better trader. And I'm always going to be there because I'm not a guru and I'm not a teacher. I'm not a coach. I'm a fellow trader. I make money trading and I make it off my business. I don't need money from you. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I will be straight up with you and let you know, if you got a question, what's the truth behind it? I'm not going to fluff it. No reason for me to do so. And I won't dumb it down because I'm not trying to make you follow me like a cult leader. So let's get on to this. So here we are. I look at the daily real quick. I see it gap up. Okay, I'm like, all right, let me look, see if there's some resistance over here. I can throw up some lines. I can write it down on a notebook. Put a sticky note. I always got my trusted, where's the camera? Trusted notebook always in front of me taking notes. And I look down at them. I say, okay, on this ticker, there's a whole lot of mess over here around 650 area. Write it down, 650 key area. And you can go to some lower time frames. I'm biased to the 1 minute. I look over at the 1 minute. I look left. Okay, don't see much. Let me draw a line. Here's another thing. I cannot believe anytime I talk with a newer trader, well, I can believe it, and I understand why. Money management and entries and stop losses and profit zones and an edge and everything you need to learn to be a trader in that world is not taught correctly. Okay, at all. It drives me crazy, and this video is on 5 minutes, so I want to make this 5 more minutes. Because it hurts me watching traders say, hey, what do you think of this ticker? And they can't tell you an entry point that they're looking at into the future. You know, no one can look at what's going on. Let me zoom in. So let's zoom in from right here. Come on. I got pre-market to, we'll go from here. So the pre-market bell rings, and somebody will be like, oh, is that the bottom? U-shape. What do you think? Okay. Have you done anything to prep what you think? What should be the entry? What should you be looking for? Have you thrown up a line? I don't care if it's a trend line or indicator, something of that nature. If you can't find something to start building your edge, every trader has an edge. And those edges create plays. Let me explain this real quick. Sports analogy. If I'm on a basketball team and the coach hands me my playbook and he says, hey, start looking over these plays. These are just plays I've been running for 10 years. Okay? We use this play. We call it eagle double. Okay? We use that for an inbounds play if they go on a 2-3 zone on us. Okay? And that does this. We're going to pass, the guard's going to flare out to the left wing, get the pass. The screen comes down, so we got a guy on the free throw line, comes down, sets a screen. The screener rolls, gets big. The guard that went to that wing tosses it down to the big man. He clears out, and it's a one-on-one, him and his opponent, 5 feet from the basket. Let's see what he can do. Exactly like with your edges and your plays. So when I draw, my system has plays that I'm able to work around my system, my edge, just like the Phil Jackson and his whole setup. So basically, let me draw. If I drew a trend line, say that's my edge, and I'm not going to go over my edge, I'll take too long. So most traders, okay, I drew a trend line. All right, so now let me get at least some support on here. Okay, this was support, this was support, and bam. Actually, there we go. So these lines are support. So now I got this trend line. Bell rings, sell off. All right, sell off comes on. This is a 1 minute. And, oh, it held right here. We got some lower wicks. All right, look at this. Now I've drawn this on every single chart because guess what? Basketball is the same game. Every time that coach comes with his playbook to the game, basketball doesn't change into, now today, guess what, guys? Before we throw up the jump ball, we're going to play half hockey, half basketball. Someone grab some sticks. The game stays the same. The playbook stays the same. Your plays adjust accordingly to the defense, just like your plays in your edge adjust due to the stock and the volume and the movement and the time frame. Come on, let's use your brains out here. So it came down. So now I'm watching this. We got lower wicks showing me a buyer's there, and now I can wait. What can I wait for? Okay, I could wait for a double test, maybe a double bottom. Oh, nope, it keeps pulling away. So now I have to at least know what the resistance is. So that was the previous high. So now over hours and hours and hours of chart time, just like when you're a basketball player, hours and hours of practice time and film time, you adapt to the flow of what's going on in the court, okay? When I see that defender play the high screen, I roll around the other way. I don't, stop there and hope that my teammate tries to keep up with setting the screen and making a legal screen. No, he can't move. He's playing on the high side. I'm going to reverse it. So it came down. Now I already know after hours of testing that this bad boy is going to try to break the high of day because that's what they do in the market. If not, guess what? It would have went here. It would have started faltering and broke down, and then we would have had to see if this line would have held. I know that because of experience. And my plays help teach me experience. So as it's going up and doing its thing, it gets in these halts and does all this jazz. So this is what I want to explain on different time frames. What do we got? We're at almost 11 minutes. 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes. So here we go. 5-minute time frame. Where was it? Here it is. So 1 minute over here. Make sure I got it right. So we had a trader talking about, let me pull it up real quick. Dang, I wish I did a print screen. All right, so we had a trader talking about he was in this at like $5. Okay, which was right here. So he went into all the halts, all that jazz. It came back, went against him. If he would have had some lines up or his system up, I know he's newer when it comes to day trading, but instead, so on the 1 minute, you see all this action taking place. And as it held here with a double bottom, I know from experience, hey, they're going to try to retest and trap some more longs because that's what they do. That's experience of screen time. But instead, he's over here on a 5-minute chart. And look how quick, let me zoom in. Look how quick and aggressive, that's 40 cents just on this 1-minute candle. 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see, it went right here. So 480 for easy math, 542 easy math. So 60 cents in 5 minutes it went against this trader. Do you think in 5-minute candle, that is a lot of time to allow 60 cents to go against you? Because the next candle, you'll see again on the 1-minute chart how quick it goes down. And now you're waiting for a 5-minute candle to develop in this world? Did I not just say earlier in this video, this Nasdaq low float, momentum, news, gappers, all that, is the toughest world, and it will eat you alive. Eat you alive. You're not good enough to be in this world on a 5-minute time frame and think your non-system ways can compete against people who have put in the screen time and have an edge and have built it and are on a 1-minute time frame with these big moves that are able to gobble up, 5,000 shares, get that 60 cents, make their $3,000 and call it a day. So the point is, if you're going to come down in this world and try to hope with no plan that things just work out for you, you might as well go buy a pet rocks when they used to sell pet rocks and pet that rock and try to treat it like it's going to grow, that you need to water it and feed it, because you're accomplishing the exact same thing in this world thinking you can live in that mindset of a pet rock. You can't. So if you want to go on a 5-minute time frame and all those other time frames with no experience or little effort, then you need to get in a different world. You can't be in this Nasdaq world. I don't care who your guru or cult leader or teachers were that were in this world. You need to be in a different world because you can't handle this world. And that's the fact, the hard truth, and people don't like that. Go find an easier world for you until you've gained the knowledge and experience. Because allowing a 5-minute ticker to just crumble you versus being at least on a 1-minute time frame and seeing how it's starting to crumble and you get out quicker or you take profit quicker, because it'll show you down here, if you plan correctly and learn your system, you can play down here. But you can't be on higher time frames. The only thing that higher time frames do assist with, and now I gotta fix my charts real quick, is if you got multiple charts up and you're trying to get confirmation on the bigger picture. So, let's just say I got my 1 minute, I got a 5 minute, I got a 10 minute, got a daily. You can zoom that down to, 30 or something, and you're just trying to see the flow. That makes sense. But just trying to watch a one time frame in this world, dead. I'm Trader Dub. I'm going to keep it real. We're going to coach hard. You'll get better for it. I'm out.